For me, I think before coming to Australia, I didn't have like an expectation of what would, what would my life be like. I just wanted to experience life abroad. And so feeling alone was not something that I personally expected. But when you come here and you go a couple weeks not having family, not having, friends, you try to put yourself out there, but sometimes, you just don't find the people who click with you. Um, it creeps up on you, this loneliness, very quietly. You don't notice it, but slowly but surely, it definitely does seep into your life. And it's kind of weird because you do go to campus or you do go to work or you do see people, and you kind of see like there are groups of friends forming around, but it's just not you. And you feel a little bit left out. Um, but there are people around you, so you're not alone. But you do feel a little bit isolated and lonely.
Hello there, it's Asami with you. The conversation that you're about to hear really confirmed for me the challenges that so many of us face when it comes to just simply making friends in 2026, right? I think international students face even more barriers when it comes to meeting people, making friends in a brand new country, especially when so many uni courses are offering online programs. It just makes me think about like, how do you even build a community and a network when you can't find simple opportunities to consistently meet people? In this episode, we also spoke about the importance of religion in people's well-being. And this is a conversation that I really wanted to highlight because I feel like so many mental health services, or I should say so many mainstream mental health services, we just don't really talk about religion. And for some people, this actually stops them from engaging in support. I think it's another thing for services to consider to become more culturally responsive and to be better able to support international students and other migrant communities as well. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Welcome to the Asian Mental Health Podcast, brought to you by Shapes and Sounds. Hello, Rachel. Hello,
Hi.
Vrede.
Hello.
Hi. Welcome to the studio. It is wonderful to have you both with us. How are you both doing?
Doing good.
Yeah.
Kind of nervous, but I'm okay.
It can be a bit, it's a lot, right? Like here we are in this studio, the door closes, it feels a little bit airtight as well. It's a lot happening. But what about you, Vrede?
Yeah, I'm enjoying everything. Definitely a little bit nervous, but I'm having a lot of fun. So it's been a great day so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks both for joining us today. Like it's been quite a long day. We've done planning. We had another episode recording before this, and now you're finally here. So it's kind of like the whole day has built up to this moment, and it's. I'm really looking forward to our chat.
Yes, also thank you for giving us this opportunity.
Of course.
Yeah, thanks for having us here.
It's going to be fun. So, for context, right, for the people that are listening, you both went through Student Changemakers. You've been through phase 1 of our leadership program, and now here we are. The podcast is phase 2. But let's just help everyone catch up. Like, we know you, but tell us, like, first and foremost, what are you both studying?
So I'm doing a degree in psychology. I'm currently completing it at Monash, and it's my final year, final semester. So that's exciting. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you're so close.
Just a little bit more.
Yeah, just hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing my second year in double degree, education and music, majoring in classical violin.
Oh, wow. We were saying like you're like at the beginning of the halfway.
Yeah.
The end is,
It is.
almost there. I
Surviving.
guess. And tell us, like, where is your home country and how long have you both been in Melbourne? And was there a specific reason why you chose Melbourne to study?
So I'm originally from Malaysia. I've been here for a little over a year now. So I was studying at Monash University in Malaysia, in the Malaysian campus. So Melbourne was, the next choice because they have a campus here. So that's why I came over to Australia. Yeah.
Wow. That's like credit to Monash for having campuses overseas as well, right?
That's
Makes
true.
it seamless.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm from Malaysia. Yeah. So Melbourne. Yeah, from Melbourne, because Monash there's double degree. Like in Melbourne, there's Monash. Wait, there's only double degree in Monash.
Yeah.
It's good because education. I like teaching,
Mm-hmm.
and like for music, it would be good to like do both things that I really like it.
Yeah. It is a good opportunity to be able to do double degree despite the length of time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And I think there are some commonalities between you both. So one, you shared you're both from Malaysia, but another part of the story is that Rachel, you were obviously studying music, but you play piano as well and you perform. And Vrede, you are really connected to music as well through production and a little bit of performance. So I guess as a music therapist, now I have to put on my music therapy hat and ask you, what kind of music do you both like?
I really like film music and jazz and a little bit, no, not a little bit, but some of classical music.
Some.
Some.
That feels like
Some.
really like, oh, what's behind that? But that's because you're studying classical too, right? Okay.
Yeah, it's a little hard to choose, if I'm going to be honest. It changes every week. But if I had to say one, I would say soul R&B would be my go-to. But yeah, no, I mean, currently I'm listening to the Justin Bieber album because of Coachella.
Yeah.
Last week I was listening to EDM. The week before that I was in classical. So it really is just whatever I'm feeling at the moment.
Yeah. It changes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That was like my Spotify playlist. Would you like to listen to jazz or dog music? Dog relaxing music. It's varied, right?
Yeah, it varies.
Okay. Well, thank you both for sharing that with me.
The harsh reality is it does get awfully lonely at times, which is natural given that you are in a new country miles away from all the people and life you knew. Which is why building a network goes a long way.
I think the loneliness part is something that kind of creeps up on you. Like you might be around people, but it still takes time to find your people you actually feel comfortable with. And until that happens, there's this in-between phase that can feel quite isolating. And the pressure to do well. I think that felt very weird.
It's not always as exciting as it looks because on social media people post the fun parts, so you don't really know the struggles until you've actually experienced it yourself.
Well, as others mentioned as well, international student life is not easy. There is a perception on social media that they might have a life where they can spare time to do other things, but then on the flip side, there are other students who are struggling to do things, who are working, sending money back home, and there's always obstacles that students face. They are not really presented because they're not.
Back to our serious conversation. Let's go back to that audio that we first heard. And I think there were voices of your cohort, the Student Changemakers cohort, in that audio snippet. And just to jog your memory, people were kind of talking about loneliness was a key theme, kind of expectations as well. But I'd love to hear your reactions, especially when you hear that. What comes up for you when you hear your peers talking about the experience?
For me, I think it feels very familiar. Those are also experiences that I personally relate with. It just feels, at least for me as an international student, hearing that, comforted that you're not alone, that someone else is also going through something like you are. You're not going crazy. But yeah, familiar.
Yeah, I really relate to the social media. Yeah, and also like the struggle. Like I myself, I post the good stuff on social media, like showing the good things about me and like trying not to show like the negative side to people because it might affect them. But like internally, I think most of my friends know like struggle. For example, like the financial. Yeah, financial, like it's both like I struggle with financial, like even my parents, like they work hard, really hard to earn the money and like to bring me here in Australia. But like, yeah, we all know.
And it's kind of like that part of the story you might not be sharing on social media. Yeah. It's tricky, isn't it? I like how you said that you're really considering others in what you share. It's not just about that you're trying to gloss over the hard bits, but it's like actually there are other people that might be facing challenges and you don't necessarily want to bring that into their feed. Yeah. But tell me more about this social media part, because I feel like I'm a little bit disconnected from the world of social media. And like, is there like a international student talk?
There is definitely a subsection of the internet, be it on YouTube or on TikTok, of content that kind of romanticizes international student life. You know, day in the life of a UniMelb student, day in the life of a Monash student. You know, and obviously it's content. It's very highly edited. It's very structured. It's planned ahead. It's very unnatural, but that's kind of all you see before you experience it on your own. Like if you go on Instagram and that's just kind of what you're taking in. And I think it kind of then shapes your expectation about what international life would be like overseas. You think that it's all cupcakes and rainbows. You'll meet a group of really cool friends and you go out partying or just having fun, going on road trips and whatnot. But that's probably like less than 1% of what reality is as an international student. So when you have that like distortion and expectation and reality, it's kind of, yeah, it's a little bit, it's an interesting concept to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you kind of mentioned like that is the 1%, you know, that's like the sprinkling, right?
Yeah.
But tell me about some of the other 99%. What does the day-to-day really feel like for you?
For me, it feels, I mean, once you're here for a while, the honeymoon period kind of disappears and you realize, okay, you're just living life like everyone else is. You have to cook for yourself. You have to make sure you're cleaning your room and your bathroom so it, you know, you don't
get sick.
yeah, don't want that. You got to be hygienic. I don't know, for me, sometimes I forget to drink water because you're doing so many things and like I'll fall sick from that because I'm not taking care of myself enough. Because you have to handle, you know, you have to handle your work, your studies, and then if you have a social life or your own personal life, you want to take care of that as well. It's a very, I wouldn't say it's a boring life. It's a very privileged life to have, being able to come overseas. It's not something that everyone gets to experience, and I'm personally very grateful for it. But it's not as romanticized as you might think it is. Yeah, you're just another student.
That's
basically
true. Getting through your degree.
Yeah.
And at the same time, like trying to take care of yourself, right? What about you, Rachel? What about that 99%, that day to day? What does it feel like? Is it like wake up, study, go to the supermarket? Is that the 99%?
I feel like it's more than that. It's definitely more than that. Like about how the small things about like the work, financial, how should you save your money? How should you invest your money? And how should you seek for help when you are struggling? And how you gonna like build that relationship with your friends? Even though it's different here, like I feel like it's hard, but important thing it's how you see it, like your mindset and your perspective. Like, you know how different perspective in the same thing, but if you have different perspective, it will have different outcome. Right. Yeah, so
100%.
it will be hard, but then think like if I'm going through this, I might learn something from this. I definitely will learn something from this. So every time I told myself, I definitely will learn something. So I want to go through this and overcome this, and I grow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, it's hard now, but I know that it's part of this growing process.
Yeah.
And growth is never comfortable.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
And like, I remember this quote, like, you will never get ready because ready is not a feeling. It's a decision. So when you will never get ready, like it's so true. So like when you are ready, it's the time where you make your own decision that I'm ready, I'm gonna go through this.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that. Is that something that you always, like an ethos, like a philosophy that you already held before studying here? Or is it something that like just had to happen because of the international student experience?
I think it's the international. Like after I came here, I think my mom told me, like when I went back, she told me like you really changed a lot. Like how I started to stand up for myself, and like I'm more brave to like step out of my comfort zone. And hence I'm here now.
Yeah. Here we are on a podcast. Who would have thought, right?
Yeah.
Would you have thought 5 years ago that you'd be doing this?
Definitely no. I wouldn't push myself.
What about even signing up for Student Changemakers and the leadership program? Like we were all surprised, like, wow, people are signing up to this program. But that's a huge step.
But like I feel like this is really helpful because like how you combine like people, different people, and like I actually learn more through their sharings, like what they share and like resonate with you, than I actually learn from their experience.
Yeah. When you hear other people.
Yeah, like real life
going through-
experience.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, not just on social media, right?
Yeah.
What about you, Vrede? Like signing up for the program, was it like it came naturally, or like, oh, here we
no.
go. All
Like-
right, I'm gonna do it.
I definitely wouldn't have ever signed up for it if it was me like a year ago, say. But I don't know, when you come overseas and you live alone, you start to learn that you have to step out of your comfort zone a little bit. You got to push yourself because no one's going to do it for you. You're on your own. And I think it's a really, really great opportunity for you to become a more independent and mature person. Just learning to test your limits and learning that you're capable of a lot more if you just let yourself try.
Yeah. Give things a go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about that alone feeling. I heard a lot about loneliness in the audio snippet, and you're right. You travel abroad, you're alone. Like, how does alone necessarily mean lonely, or that's two different things, or how do you experience it?
For me, I think before coming to Australia, I didn't have like an expectation of what would my life be like. I just wanted to experience life abroad. And so feeling alone was not something that I personally expected. You don't notice it, but slowly but surely, it definitely does seep into your life. I did have friends who came in the same semester that I did for an exchange, and they seem to be doing really well. They're enjoying their life. They're doing all the things you should do as an international student. So it felt weird that I was the only one feeling a little bit isolated at times.
Yeah. I hear you. And does that resonate with you too, Rachel?
I think because I have relative here, so I hang out with them more. But then, like sometimes yes, because I'm homesick. Like my homesick is max.
Yeah.
Like max.
Max. Yeah. Homesick maxing.
Yes. Like
Yeah.
I would call my mom every single day. Like
Yeah, wow.
every single day. But like it's different. Like even being with your relative, it's still different. Like like hugging your mom, like talking to your mom and your family members is all so different.
Yeah.
But like I think some part like there's pros and cons for sure. So for the pros, I think I kind of start to explore what I want in myself, because you know how in family you always like being with them, and like they're always telling you what to do and like do everything what they say. But now I'm here, no one's telling you, so you need to think yourself, what do you want, and like what can you do to like help your family or help like just improve yourself. So that's I think one thing, big change in me. Like I really start to think what I really want and how good can I be. Like how much can I improve, what's the potential in me.
Another question I wanted to ask you both relating to that audio is, I think there were some perspectives and they were sharing that they didn't really want to talk about the negative things, or it was kind of like you see the good things, but people are kind of not openly talking about the struggles and the challenges. But can you both share your thoughts around that? Like, is there a reason why international students might not be wanting to talk about the difficult things? Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll leave it open.
I think a really big part of it is that international students probably don't feel like they have the permission to struggle. So, I mean, like we said, just being able to study overseas and move abroad and live such a great life here, it's a privilege, it's a blessing. And when you're given everything already, and then, reality is a little bit different, it's actually a little bit harder than you expected. I think for me, I felt like, I should be happy here because this was my dream and it's being realized, but I'm not doing too great. How come? My parents sacrificed so much to get me overseas. Why am I not making the best out of it? Why am I stuck in my own head thinking about things that shouldn't really matter in the big picture? And so I think permission to struggle is a really big thing because you feel like you're given everything, so you shouldn't feel the way you do. But the thing is that you are struggling. That's real. But yeah, that's what I think.
That's such a powerful phrase. Like, I don't feel like I have the permission to struggle, and that could be external. But a lot of it sounds like it's quite internal as well. Like I'm not giving myself permission to feel that as well, right? Yeah. Wow, that's awesome.
I really like that.
Mm.
Yeah, I really like that.
Like, yes, I agree.
So I think for me, it's almost around the same. It's almost the same. It's just that, I feel it's a blessing to be here. So I always thought like, I don't deserve to complain about like the things that I struggle, because there's more people out there struggling like even worse than me.
Yep.
So like, I should be grateful what I'm doing right now. But for the social media, about the good thing, I think for me, I always post the good stuff. It's also like to search for like reassurance from your friends, like, oh, I'm doing well now. So like validation as well, I think.
Yeah.
Like to seek for validation, I think.
Like from your peers, it's like,
Yeah. Like,
yep, Rachel's
I'm
good.
Yeah. And like, I think for Asian mindset, they think showing your bad weakness is a bad thing. Because when you're going downhill, people might use your weakness as a threat. So most of, and also like, I have this thought like, if you show your weakness, you might lose your opportunities. Like some job opportunities.
Yep. Yeah. I think a lot about that too, like showing weakness, that there's a part of me that's very uncomfortable with that too. Like there's like a certain extent which I can share, and then like after that it's like a no-go zone. Never show weakness. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
I'm fine. Everything's under control.
Yeah.
Right? Do you have that too, Vrede?
Sort of.
Yeah.
I think you just want to do it on your own.
Yeah.
You want to be able to show that you're strong enough.
Right.
I think to add on as well, another thing, I feel like a lot of international students just don't want to worry the people who care about them.
Yeah.
You don't want your parents to know that you're struggling here. You don't want your friends to know. And so you kind of just keep it to yourself because you don't want to be seen as weak. You want to struggle through it yourself because you can make it, right? I think that's also another factor we should think about.
Yeah. And that you have people that are overseas thinking about you, worrying about you, like, are you safe? Are you okay? Are you getting home okay?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, do you really want to add other worries? Like, oh my God, Vrede's not doing well. Like, do I need to go and visit Melbourne, make sure he's eating and taking care of himself, all that kind of stuff? Yeah. One thing that Marcus and I discovered as we were kind of going through the process of planning for Student Changemakers, this is something that came out of the literature. Marcus did a big literature review about international student life in Australia in the context of mental health and well-being, was that one finding was that international students often didn't engage in mental health services, and that could be like uni counseling, because the students reported that they didn't feel like they had a mental health challenge in any way, right? Instead, they phrased it as, I'm an international student, I'm living overseas, it's hard and it's stressful, but guess what? Like, I'm actually just dealing with my stress. It's not that there's anything wrong with me and I don't need like mental health care as such, but I'm just going through a stressful experience. And that's one of the reasons why people might not seek out help. What do you think about that statement?
I feel like they're normalizing the struggle they're going through. Like
The
normalizing,
students are?
yeah, like normalizing the stress, the struggling that, like, for example, the stress, the financial issue, the emotional loneliness, like they are normalizing it instead of like actually going through, recap what actually happened and what causes all this, and like start to like deal with the problem and like slowly break it down and solve it, or like realizing the problem.
Yeah, and great point. Like, you don't need to seek support when you are so-called sick, but anyone could seek support at any time to just organize their thinking or their thoughts, right? Like, you don't have to be unwell or have a mental health challenge to seek therapy as such. But anyone could go to help deal with that stress. Yeah.
True.
Yeah. I think I agree with that. You know, if you don't label an issue, you're just not going to do anything about it. And because when you're an international student, you know, you feel like obviously these stresses and these pressures are going to be there. You know that. But sometimes it's the little things that build up over time. And if you just keep minimizing the problems that you're having, eventually it's gonna burst out. And when that happens, you know, it's gonna be a lot messier, and you're just gonna be in a lot more pain, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Can you give me an example of what some of those little things are that seem little, but they build up over time?
Parts of it could be, you know, not having someone to talk to in class, not knowing anyone as well, and then, you know, just dreading the fact that you have to go back and you have to spend like an hour in the kitchen cooking some food that tastes really horrible, and you have to gulp that down.
It's over in
And then
3
it's like by 5 p.m. the sun sets and it's freezing cold and you have to take a shower, and then you've got your assignments to deal with, and then, oh no, you ran out of groceries for tomorrow, so you have to go out again. I don't know. There's a lot of things that it's not hard per se. It's not stressful. But if you don't know how to process these feelings yourself, especially international students who probably didn't have to do a lot of these things alone when they were back home, you come here and you have to learn how to live life again, like a little, you know, it builds up. These little things, yeah.
I
can see
agree.
you nodding along, Rachel. Yeah.
Really agree.
Yeah.
I think overall just adjusting to a whole new environment felt pretty overwhelming. Last year there was this period that I went through. There were things happening with my family back home. I was facing a lot of academic pressure, and my personal life wasn't going very well either. So I just remember spending a lot of time in my own room, just locked up, right? I'd play games, I'd watch shows, I'd fall asleep. Basically just rotting away every single day to pass the time. And then eventually even things like cooking started to feel really exhausting. So I know my family made a lot of sacrifices for me to be here.
I want to ask you, Vrede, this is something that you shared in a voice memo with us, but, you know, like when you were, you kind of shared an experience, like not a great time in your life, and you spent a lot of time being shut up in your room and you weren't feeling great. Was there something that a friend could have done or said to help you in that moment?
Thinking back to that, you know, the reason why I ended up in that state of mind to begin with was because I was minimizing a lot of my own struggles, and I didn't know how to process them. And on top of that, things piled down, one thing after another, in my personal life and whatnot. And I think in that moment, what I really needed was an outlet, right? So I was unable to build meaningful connections the first semester I was here. And it wasn't that I didn't try, it was just a little bit difficult to find your footing here. That was my personal experience, at least. So I didn't realize how much friendships and human relationships grounded me before this. So back home, I had my family, I had my friends who, in their small little ways, they supported me. And you don't realize how much you need that until it's gone. And when you're here and you're starting from scratch and you have nobody, you start to feel very hopeless, I suppose. And so I think what I just needed was, this person didn't exist back then for me, but what I needed was someone who just showed up, I suppose, just to exist with me, not to do anything, not to, I don't need someone to fix my issues or tell me anything. Just knowing that you have someone next to you who does care for you.
Yeah.
They're right there if anything ever happens. Just that reassurance that you're not alone, I think is what a lot of us needs sometimes.
I try to work as hard as I can to support my living expenses and paying my own rent, and hopefully reduce some of my burden on my parents. But honestly, trying to balance work and study is really tiring and challenging, especially when I'm doing double degree and even working 3 jobs. So sometimes it just feels like I'm draining myself from the inside, like I'm constantly pushing, constantly thinking, and I never really get to fully rest. So I think what makes harder is that a lot of international students probably feel the same way, but we don't really talk about it. So on the outside, everyone looks like they're doing fine, studying, working, hanging out with friends. But on the inside, a lot of us are struggling to keep up and trying not to fall behind.
Rachel, you were telling me that there was a period while you were studying here where you really felt like there was a cycle of no rest, right? And they were just like juggling multiple jobs, studying, all of that. Obviously, you have to practice as well as a music major. But I wanted to ask, like, when all of that was happening, how did you even prioritize your need to take care of yourself? Like, how did you prioritize yourself, I should say?
At first, honestly, no.
Yeah.
That's how, like, what we said just now, like all the add ups and build ups, and I broke down. Like, I broke down so badly.
Yeah, right.
And like
as in, like, you just like exhausted, cannot do anything.
I can't. Like, last year, I didn't touch my violin. I didn't practice my violin for like 3 months straight. Like, I didn't even want to open my case.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Because like in music, you really need a lot of practice. But then I still need to make sure that I have money, like financial support.
Yeah.
So I work, and then to a point, I work more than I study, which is not a good balance because my priority right now is to study instead of working.
Yep.
That's what my mom been telling me. Yeah, so yeah, I think it's a good reminder that even though you're an international student here, I know you're struggling with the financial issue, but your main priority right now is to study. I'm sure there will be ways and things could be worked out. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, eventually when you go through that season, there's definitely someone or some things will pop up and like will help you out. Or like, even if you are brave enough to like talk to someone to bring that issue up, and if someone is definitely gonna be there to be with you because everyone been through that, and someone like more mature than you or know more, like experience more than you, they will definitely go through with you and like be with you.
That's so true. Yeah. And you've reminded me, like, what we'll do in the show notes is also share a lot of resources around things like, you know, food services and places that there's free access to different things as well. We'll make sure we link all those in the show notes.
Yeah.
Right?
I
Because
think
as you
even the
say,
resource like mental health, like it's not mental health, but like you need someone to talk to like express your feeling.
yeah.
Yeah, like those resources that you provided us in the program is really good. Like I think it would be helpful for everyone
Okay.
who's listening right now.
yeah, we will definitely link those in. Yeah. But
And like
I also wanted to ask you, like, okay, how, if you had 1 week and you had hours in a week, as a music major, like how many hours, so-called, should you be practicing the violin versus like you've got your, how many hours were you at uni and then how many hours were you working? Like, can you give me a bit of a breakdown of what that looks like?
whoa. Honestly,
Time is elastic.
I don't I wish I have more than 24 hours, but one of my friend told me, because I was practicing in a not correct way. Like I was practicing without like practicing not efficiently. Like you can practice 5 hours a day, but you gain nothing. But you also can like target one spot and you just practice for like 20 minutes. Just that small spot, you actually improve so much. So you don't have to practice a lot or like long hours. Just small bit if you don't have time to practice.
Okay. Just
So,
a
like,
very targeted, focused practice.
Yeah. So like bit by bit, one day, like just 30 minutes, it might work. Like it's better than you do 5 hours a day and you gain nothing. And with that 5 hours, you could like, you can get more sleeps, you can get more rest, you can do your assignment. Like different, depends on your mindset, what you're thinking, or like how much you can focus in a day. So like, how do I break down? Usually after my friend told me, so I start practicing target practice. Then I work, like I prioritize. Normally I will plan out my day. In a day, what should I do? What's the most important thing? You don't have to do a lot, but just the most important things. You know how sometimes you think in a day you got so much things to do?
Yes.
But I find it very effective is that I write down what I need to do and I cross out one by one, which is the like least important. Then I just do the most important first. Like the easiest one. Like if you didn't have any motivation right now, you can just like, oh, I can like clean up my study table or like clean my wardrobe. Just tiny bit. Or like just, I don't know, fold your clothes.
Yeah.
The
like
small
the
things.
smallest thing, right? To get you moving.
Yeah. And once you like set your mindset into that focus mode, then you can just go on with like the other stuff.
I love that.
I think the first 5 minutes is the hardest, like to start something.
Yeah.
Once you got it, then I think...
The momentum, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And then you're like, okay, now I can clean this.
And then like for uni, I don't know. I just set my mind. Like I know I'm going to uni, so I draft it out like what should I do in a day. Like practice a bit and uni, assignment, and like grocery and cook. So like my cooking is very simple.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know, I'm trying to like limit the time, which is less important into like less important things.
I love that. I love that you have like a daily schedule to kind of keep you moving, keep you on track too.
Yeah.
One thing you've mentioned a few times, Rachel, is mindset. And I want to ask you, like, where did you learn about this, or where does your mindset really originate from? Where does it come from?
I think it's from all the experience and all the errors that I made in life. And like when you recap back, like, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that, but it's okay because life goes on. You can't focus on the thing that you lose, but you should focus on the thing that's what's going to happen. So now, even though you make mistake, but there is always other things that you can improve on. Yeah, so my mindset.
Yeah, like how does one even develop a strong mindset?
I know, a lot of breakdown. But I think
We laugh about it, but yeah.
I think I pray a lot. I actually pray a lot, and I did my Bible study. Like even I talk to my parents. I think that's a really important thing. Talk to your family, because they are the one you can trust the most, and they know you since young. Like
Yeah.
when you're like 1 year old, even when you're a baby,
Yeah.
they know you. So talk to them, and they go through everything that you have been through. So they definitely can give you more advice, like better advice. So I pray, I like think back all the mistake I made after everything happened. Then there's one quote I really like, you know how you see like your perspective. So like I don't know, I remember there's a sun and moon analogy. I don't know if you know.
No.
So it's like sun is shining on during the day and the moon is shining during the night, but they shine through different times. So I think it's a good reminder that we don't rush to achieve something, because I used to rush a lot. Like I need to get this done by this age. I need to like have this amount of income by this age, and like get, I don't know, the prizes, competition prizes, and ace this, ace that, like get a good result by this age, graduated by when, and get this job by when. Like yeah, but I don't think you should rush, because in every moment there's the sparks, like the goal in that moment, and you should like actually experience and feel that moment.
I love
Because
that.
when you go through that moment and you actually enjoy that moment, you actually learn more. Like the sun, like everyone shine through different moment. Like just flowers bloom different season, but you are just maybe the flower that is in a winter season, but you still bloom. It's just different timing.
Yeah, well, that you're not on some external timeline, but it's like things unfold at the time they unfold, or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. And one more question I have for you, Rachel. We spoke about this a lot in the leadership program too, but you brought up the role of religion in your life and how it has grounded you, how it's been a huge part of your life. And that something that you noticed when you came to Australia was that we don't really seem to be talking about religion much. From what I know from mental health services, you know, a lot of the mainstream services, they don't ever talk about religion. And oftentimes the conversations that I've heard about religion have been in very, very crisis situations. It's almost in a negative light as well. So I want to hear from you, like, tell us about the role of religion in your life in taking care of your mental health and your well-being.
I think thanks to my parents, they actually built everything in my life and bring God into my life and told me to actually have the faith in God. Like back then I was questioning, like, yeah, everyone is believing in God. Like, oh, I can rely on God. I can rely on everything I do. And everything God gave is like I should appreciate. But then do I actually really know, like actually have faith in God? You know how you can say, oh, I believe in you, but do I actually believe in you? Like you need to, for me, recently I realized, because I'm alone. Like when you're alone, you actually think a lot. I'm an overthinker, so I think a lot.
Same, yeah.
Yeah, I overthink a lot. So, and I started to question myself, like you know how sometimes something happened and I will question God, like, why is this happening to me? Like, why are you doing this to me?
Yeah.
But then relate to the perspective, like God made me think that, oh, I will put you in this situation so you can grow. And through that process, I'm always here with you. And you can rely on me.
Wow.
Yeah, so like through all the hardship, I actually grew faith in God more. Like actually rely more. Even though there is hardship, there is difficulties, they're challenging. But through all this, I have more confidence in God.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
and like
beautiful.
prayer.
Yeah.
I think prayer helps too.
And prayer.
Yeah, like having a community, like Christian community. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you found that here?
Yeah, I'm still exploring.
Okay. Yeah. Because I think that's such a huge part of religion as well, that community that builds. So I can imagine that trying to find that, similar to the themes Vrede is bringing in about taking the time, and it takes time to build community and meet people and find your people, right? Yeah. Thank you for sharing that too. I think it's really important for services to hear and not be afraid of talking about religion too. It is a protective factor. It's something that helps so many people.
I feel like I understand. Sometimes like when you go to like a new church, like even you're a non-Christian,
Yeah.
they'll like kind of force you. I'm not sure, but I witness some of this situation. Do you think? Like they will like pull you in.
They definitely are a little bit pushy.
Yeah.
I guess they're just very devoted to their craft, and
Yeah,
it's admirable. It's admirable.
Yeah, but like, I feel like you need to respect that boundaries as well.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I know this is helpful, but
Yeah, true. Like I understand. Sometimes I was like, I myself feel pushy, even though I'm Christian. Like from someone, what they did. I was like, I don't think this is the right way to do it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that you can see both sides as well.
Yeah.
There are a few questions that we discussed. I think these are from our third leadership group session. We spoke about imagine yourself in a situation where either you or your peer are experiencing some kind of distress, like you're not doing great or they're not doing great. What do you think are the things that influence that person to open up and ask for help? Or conversely, like if you wanted to talk about yourself, what are the things that helped you to open up?
I think as humans, we all tend to try to do things on our own as much as we can. We want to power through it. You want to do all of it independently. I think one of the most common factors or deciding moments for people who decide to speak up is when they've reached their limit. I think that's a very normal thing to do as humans. That's just who we are.
Yeah.
But I think that it's better late than never. At the very least, they spoke up. I'm not so sure about any other normal factors that would have influenced them to decide to speak up. I suppose if they feel safe enough around the people that they are, or if they feel like, whoever they're with at the time really understands them and really, with all their heart, cares for them. I think it makes all the difference as well.
Yeah. So really, the decision to open up almost rests on the existence of someone that you would want to open up to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hear you on that. Yeah. What about you, Rachel?
I think it's the trust, like the amount of trust and a relationship that, like, if I trust you, then I would, like, there's a higher possibility that I would open up myself to you. Yeah.
It's foundational, right? If you didn't trust someone, then, like, why would you open up, right?
Yeah.
It's better to maybe, I don't know, kind of manage yourself almost. Yeah. What about, okay, imagine that a friend of yours, a peer, is not doing so well, and like, Vrede, you're studying psychology as well, like, you can see things. What makes it difficult to support them, or like what would be really uncomfortable about kind of stepping in and trying to support them?
Boundaries, I think, is a really big thing. So Rachel talked about trust. People don't usually open up to you if they don't trust you, and you don't really know how people see you.
That's such a good point. Yeah.
So I think that not knowing whether or not they consider you someone who is close enough for them to open up to you, you might feel a little bit embarrassed, and you might not want to, overstep your boundaries. I think that's something that would be difficult to overcome. But just to build on that a little bit, I think honestly, if you think about it, the embarrassment you feel if you get rejected, say you ask them how they're doing, and they don't really open up to you. That small moment is so much lesser compared to if they really needed someone to ask that question and someone to talk to, and you just didn't ask that question. And if you imagine what would happen after that, or if you could have just helped them and you didn't.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
like that small moment of social anxiety that you experience
Yeah.
is smaller than the benefit if that
Yeah.
person did really need you to ask that
Yeah.
question. Yeah.
In the bigger picture, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's such a good point. Yeah. What about
I
you?
think
Rich?
it's also like the consistency to show that person that I really care for you and I deeply care for you. So I'm always here if you need me. Like the consistency of following up on him. Like, are you actually okay? So he knew that, okay, there's someone that I could really go to instead of like, oh, are you okay? And then like you just stop asking him. But I understand it's the boundaries. But it's also, I think sometimes I'm an overthinker. So I wouldn't, like, if you ask me if I'm okay for the first time, I would say I'm okay.
Yeah.
But if you ask me a few more times, like and I can feel like, oh, you actually care about me.
Yeah.
And you actually want me to be better, then I would try to like open up myself.
But it's time, isn't it? Consistency and like
time. And the trust, like to build the trust and to
Yeah.
show me. Yeah.
wow. That's so true. And it's not like, are you okay? All right, well I ask the question.
Yeah.
But it's like, have I built up a relationship over time? Like just being there, just hanging out, checking in. It reminds me of something you said during the program, Vrede, about like now that so much of the coursework is online as well, it actually limits so many opportunities to build that consistency and just
Yeah.
be with people.
Yeah.
What has that been like for you?
So yeah, like you said, because at least for my degree, a lot of our lectures are online. They're pre-recorded. And we get to choose the timing of our classes. That's a great thing. But also, you don't meet the same people every day. Back in high school or back in elementary school, you made friends because you saw them every single day. You had no choice. You're stuck with them for 5 years. You better be friends with them.
Yeah.
But in university, it's not like that. You it's just fleeting moments of, okay, hi, and bye, and that's it. Definitely a struggle to build up meaningful relationships that way because consistency is just such a big part of trust and relationships. So yeah, just gotta find a way around that, I guess.
I think this is something unis need to hear, right?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, online is convenient. You could just do it from your bed or
Yeah.
pajamas. But it's important, isn't it, to like get out of the house and actually be in the same space with a consistent group of people over a consistent period of time. And one
Yeah.
semester's a long time too.
Mm-hmm.
You could build up some really good friendships, right?
But then like to add up on that, I
Yeah.
feel like in uni you have different class and different people showed up every single class. Like
Yeah.
different people. So it's hard to like build that connection.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because like you might see her today and maybe next few weeks you won't see her
Yeah.
because she'll be in other class.
How do you both do it then? How have you both been navigating this? Like building up friendships or meeting people?
So I haven't.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna be honest, I
Yeah.
haven't. Since coming to Australia, I mean, I've met a couple really good friends who I'm really grateful for. Nice people. Outside of that, honestly, when you go to class, I don't have any friends that I made from class.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah,
Wow, that sucks, hey?
it's kind of it sucks. It
Yeah.
does.
But like for me in music, because we have those small ensemble like
Oh, yeah.
duo things. So like kind of like you're forced to like build that relationship and know each other
Yeah.
and like build that, I don't know, understand each other so you can like play better, because like when you both are together, then
Yeah.
you can like, I don't know, the sync, like synchronize, like you guys are sync.
Yeah. So it's like group assignments. No one likes group assignments, but actually, it is actually helpful, isn't it? Because you got to get to know them, whether you want to or not.
Yeah, and you never know. Like your friend is always like, you never know how good is she, and then how like maybe she's struggling, but because of this group assignment, you can help out.
Oh, yeah,
you can help her. Yeah.
That leads on to my next question, right? Okay. So you're like, you better get your shit together for our group assignment. No, I'm kidding. But what's one thing that you've both done in the past to make it easier for the people in your life, whether they're friends or group assignment people, to kind of like open up to you? You know, I'm thinking like, it could be things you've said, but I'm thinking like, you know, did you eat together? Did you, I don't know, talk about like, I don't know, a specific topic or something that helped to break the ice? Anything that comes to mind for both of you?
Yeah. Obviously sharing a meal together is great. I feel like people bond over food anytime. I think if we go deeper to it, you know, as I think in relationships, when you want to get to know the other person better, sometimes you have to take the first step. And I find that when I decide to open myself up to other people first, slowly but surely, they start to open themselves up to me. You know, if you're able to trust them and be vulnerable with them, be who you are. You know, if you realize that they're struggling, or you know they have something on their mind they're not saying, what I find is that if you tell them about something on your mind, you open up about that, they'll be willing to tell you what's going on with their life as well. It's a really interesting thing, I feel like, with relationships, but I think that's how meaningful relationships and beautiful relationships can really start, is that vulnerability and that just being who you are with them.
Yeah.
Really helps people to trust you a little bit and ease into it and feel comfortable around you. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like in the short time that we've known each other, Vrede, like you've always come in so honest and just like, this is me, you know, like there's never been any like pretense or anything.
Okay.
And you're totally in like living exactly what you're saying. I feel like it's like, oh, this is Vrede. And literally from day one and that chaos of session one to now, he's been like the same person, right? You're like
That's great to hear.
so consistent.
Okay. That's good to know.
What about you, Rachel? Like, what are little things that you do to help the people around you open up?
I think definitely what he said, like the consistency. Like consistency to show that you actually care for them. What I did, I think sports.
Oh, sports.
I feel like when you exercise, like you do, like you move your body, they will tend to like, I don't know, somehow you can just sink.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like for example, badminton. After badminton, during badminton, then there's a lot of conversation going on just in one activity, then slowly lead on to like, I think they will start to share what they are going through. Like one example I did was badminton, and like food. What else? I think prayer. What I did, like I say, can I pray for you? And like, is there any prayer request that you really want? Or like just text them. You know, sometimes how I think people neglect like how text can be a really powerful thing.
Yeah.
Like when I was struggling alone, I didn't want to text people. Like I didn't want to tell people that I'm struggling, because you know how like when someone know it, and they'll like start to like tell people.
Yeah.
And like for example, family. Eventually, I don't want my family to worry about me, so I don't tell. But somehow, my friend will like text me like out of nowhere, "Hey, are you okay?" And like actually
and
that
they just
word
know.
like
yeah,
like that sentence actually like hit me, and like we started like talking.
Yeah, wow.
And like sharing.
Sometimes people can just feel something, like something's a bit off through the
Yeah.
ether, right?
True.
Wow. Thank you both for sharing your perspectives so openly today. And before we start kind of wrapping up our beautiful convo, I wanted to ask, is there anything else that you feel like you didn't get a chance to say, like something that it could be related to like what you want people to know about the international student experience, or just anything that you feel like we haven't yet covered?
I think I would say, if any international student is listening, you know, it's very normal to struggle. It's a really weird experience, so one that's not talked about very often. You have to find your footing all over again. You have to build your foundation from day one. But like Rachel said, just see it as an opportunity to grow and you know, change your perspective. And it's a beautiful experience. It's a really great experience. It's not easy, and it might not always look like that. Like you look on the internet and you might have a different expectation. Truth is, it's not that easy. Life is a little bit tougher than that, but you can get through it. Yeah. And you know, if you need help, it's never a weakness to shout out for help. You know, we sometimes, like we mentioned earlier, we talked about not wanting to burden the people we care about with our struggles, but truth is, by staying silent, we're kind of robbing them of the opportunity to be there for you. You know, if they care about you, they want to care about you. They want to make sure you're all right, and they want to be there for you when you need someone. So don't rob them of that opportunity. Just speak out. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't rob people that care about you of the opportunity to be there for you and support you.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. I have experience about like I trust that person, but that person break the trust. So I want to tell the international student who are listening now, I'm sorry that you experienced this, but it's okay, and try to build that trust because there is someone else that really care for you. So I want them to be brave and trust someone again.
Wow.
Like build that trust again. I know it's hard, but I think it's worth a try. Yeah.
Even if someone has broken your trust, it's not a reflection of everyone else out there. There are others that can support you.
And also a reminder for you, like, don't be that person. And you can be someone better. Like, you can be that one that help out others because you experienced this before.
Wow.
Yeah, you can change that. You can make the change. Be the one who changed.
Like you can be the good
Yeah.
in someone's life.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that, Rachel. Thank you for your perspectives, Vrede. It was so fun to chat with you both. Thank you
It's
so
a
much
pleasure.
for like a really like calming afternoon. I feel so calm talking to you both. That's not a reflection of Marcus and Delaney. But it's been such a pleasure having you both in the studio. Thank you firstly for joining Student Changemakers, and also for participating in the podcast and sharing your perspectives so openly. Like, I really, really hope other international students hear this. And I also really hope that services will hear this as well and think about how they might be adapting their service delivery to support international students better. But everyone, thank you for listening to our conversation today as well. Remember, you can find Shapes and Sounds on Instagram and LinkedIn at Just Shapes and Sounds. And after you listen to this, like, please subscribe and leave us a review on your favorite podcast app, because it really helps other people to find us. We would love for you to share this episode with your friends, especially if you are an international student, if you know an international student, because essentially I would say word of mouth is really what helps us to destigmatize mental health within Asian communities, right? Like, we have to, like, talking about it is the bit that destigmatizes mental health in our communities. And just in closing, the Asia Mental Health Podcast is a production from Shapes and Sounds, and it's made on the stolen lands of the Wurundjeri Woiwurrung people of the Kulin Nation. This show is hosted by Asami Koike and Marcus Lai and produced by Yo Chung. This season is brought to you by Embrace Multicultural Mental Health, and all thoughts and ideas you hear are independently ours and our guests. Thank you both. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, Vrede.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Yay! Bye! Bye!
Subscribe.
Bye.